Hey y'all, what's good beautiful people? It's your girl Tay, and I am here yet again with another update video. So definitely make sure you guys smash that like button, comment down below, subscribe, plus push your post notification bell button so that way anytime I upload a video you will be notified. Happy Friday, happy Vlogtober the 15th. So I did miss yesterday's video. I don't think I'll be missing any more videos this month. I'm trying to see. I think we're good to go for the rest of the month, but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep pushing on strong. Let's see here. I did manage to go over emergency SNAP maximum benefits on the USDA website. So I am going to be giving you that information towards the end of the video like I always do, just so that we're all caught up. There were a couple more states that have been added. When I checked first thing this morning, I'm trying to see, I went over the information that I wanted to go over with you guys in this video, but I have to kind of remember where everything is because my brain is all over the place right now. So I'm trying to figure out what it is. Okay. What is this? I'm not really sure about that one right there. I think I'll save that for a later time. That was some information. That was basically like a tech news. Okay, if you guys are interested in knowing what's going on with Samsung Galaxy phones, there's going to be some updates that are going to be coming. Well, I guess I'm already jumping into it, so I might as well just kind of go over it. I'm just going to kind of skim this article. It doesn't really have anything to do with resources, but just for the sake of keeping everybody updated on what's going on, because I myself do own a Samsung phone, and majority of people do. They're either Android or they're what do you call that, Apple iPhone or whatever. So there are some updates that are going to be happening really soon. There is a major Android 12 and 1 UI 4.0 update for the Galaxy flagship phones. It is important to mention that all of these devices will be getting another One UI iteration on top of the current Android 11, which is the One UI 3.5 in September or October of this year. Okay, now I actually just got notification for both of my devices, which is the Samsung Note 20 Ultra, which is this really big device right here, which is always what I'm using for my videos. And I updated that, but I got a notification for my tablet, which is also what I use. That's what I use to record majority of the time. And that is a Samsung, I think the S7 Plus, which is that really large tablet that came out, was it last year or year before last? I think it was last year. But I did just recently update those phones. So they're saying if you own a Galaxy flagship and is interested in getting the latest news, then you guys may want to consider subscribing to Sammy Fans. It is a, I guess, blog or something where he's basically going through all of this information. Like I said, I'm not really a techie person at all, okay, but I did want to give you guys this information just in case you have a phone and you're going to be getting these notifications, just so that you're aware, okay, especially for my more seasoned seniors who are not really into techie stuff either. Just to keep your phone updated, you want to make sure that you are allowing your device to update on a regular basis, whatever type of device it is, not even if it's an Android. If you have an Apple phone, I don't really know how those phones work. I have never owned an iPhone. I don't have anything bad to say about them because I've never owned one, so I can't say whether they're good or not, but I'm sure that any device will need an update, so on and so forth. So going down the list here just really quickly, it says the Galaxy S21 series. These are the phones that are going to be getting these updates, basically. So we have the Galaxy S21 series, the Galaxy S21, S21 Plus, and the Galaxy S21 Ultra. We have the Galaxy Note 20 series, which is the Galaxy Note 20 and the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, which is the device that I have. Then we have the Galaxy S20 series, which is the Galaxy S20, the Galaxy S20 Plus, the Galaxy S20 Ultra, and the Galaxy S20 FE, which I think that means fan edition or fan favorite edition, something like that. And then lastly, we have the Galaxy Note 10 series and the Galaxy S10 series. Okay, so far these are all the devices that are going to be receiving those major updates, so just pay attention to that. Okay, now moving along as quickly as I can. I'm running. Come on now, don't give me troubles. This article came out yesterday. It says HUD must help tenants get out of substandard subsidized housing, court rules. Okay, I'm not really sure what this is going to be going into, but we're going to learn about it right now. Okay, the Department of Housing and Urban Development, which is also known as HUD, must provide families living in substandard subsidized housing with vouchers that will allow them to move elsewhere, according a Fifth Circuit ruling Wednesday. Okay, the decision has paved the way for tenants with HUD vouchers tied to a specific property to sue for a relocation voucher if the property fails inspection and is not remediated. All right. HUD issues vouchers that use subsidies to keep rent payments affordable to tenants. But while some vouchers allow tenants to choose where to live, other vouchers are tied to a specific property. Okay, as tenants in both Copper Tree Village apartments in Houston and Sandpiper Cove apartments in Galveston have learned, the latter arrangement can trap families in unhealthy living conditions because they'll lose their vouchers that keep their housing affordable if they move elsewhere. Okay, I think that's pretty much across the globe. And going back to the things that I have been saying already about housing in general, these are the things that definitely need to be looked into and changed. Okay, these are the things that need to be updated. Now, if you're going to help people, but then they're restricted and bound to a specific area, meanwhile we've got all this property and space available on the other side of town that's willing to accept these vouchers, but they can't go there because they're bound to this one property. Okay, and like this said, they're living in unhealthy living conditions. The property didn't pass its inspection, so it really just puts the family in itself in a bind. I could go into that and talk about how I feel about that, but I'm not, because you guys already know how I feel about that. So we have a young woman here, or a woman, when Reba Jeffrey moved into Copper Tree Village 4 years ago, she said she was greeted by an apartment filled with mold. Okay, even though the building has failed 2 HUD inspections and the department directed the landlord to bring the building up to par, she says her ceiling still leaks. In May, she was awoken by a bullet that crashed through her window and chipped her lamp. Though shaken, she could not afford to move if her voucher could not move with her. Okay, so all I'm asking is that the courts would allow me to get my voucher and get out, she said. Okay, I'm not asking anything else. I just want to get out and move. She said she was praying that the Fifth Circuit ruling would pave the way for that to happen, and it looks like it has. Okay, if HUD subsidized tenants complain about living conditions, who is there to listen? A Chronicle investigation found little government oversight in properties tenants say are basically dealing with unhealthy and safety issues. Okay, yeah, this is just a failure of government oversight produced a housing system across the U.S. that hurts the people who need it the most. Mold, sewage, and fire hazards. How all levels of government fail public housing in Texas and in the U.S. Yeah, it's not just in Texas. It's all across the world, because I can get into what's going on here. Y'all have heard me say just some of the little stuff, like the fact that we're not allowed to have AC, okay, because they don't want anything bolted down to the property. So if you do get an AC, you have to get an AC that is portable, which is fine, okay, which is 100% fine. But it's just, there's just a lot of rules and regulations whenever you're getting, what I find is whenever you're getting any type of assistance, it doesn't matter what it is, it's just a horrible, like I said, I could get into that. I feel like a lot of these issues that are in place to keep people in them situations, to keep them bound to living below the poverty line, because it makes it almost impossible for a person to get out. How can you increase your station in life? How can you ever try to be more when there are so many things that are outside of your control that are stacked against you? That's just the reality of the situation for a lot of people. It says how to fix the U.S. public housing problem. Ask the tenants. They should ask the tenants. I've been saying that they need to talk to people who are living in these places. Now, we're not talking about people who are living off of the system, that don't have no ambition in life, who want to stay living rent free or living where they only have to pay a percentage of their rent. We're not talking about those type of people. We're talking about people who are striving to do better, to be better, and ultimately have a goal of being self-sufficient and being able to go out there and handle their own household. Those are the people that we're talking about. But in general, it doesn't matter what your circumstances is. I do feel like the people who are living in these situations can give you the information that you need so that you can go and speak to whoever you need to speak to make these living conditions better. Okay, it says her daughter was sick in their old place, but finally they have moved out. In the decision, judges Jaquise Weiner and James Dennis said that a HUD rule about relocating families that HUD had interrupted as optional was in fact mandatory. The rule, which relates to housing subsidized by HUD's project-based vouchers, reads, pay attention if you guys are in this situation, if HUD notifies the owner that she has failed to maintain a dwelling unit in decent, safe, owner. Okay, yeah, it's owner. Make sure that, let me read that again. If HUD notifies the owner that she has failed to maintain a dwelling unit in decent, safe, and sanitary condition, and the owner fails to take corrective action within the time prescribed in the notice, and the family wishes to be rehoused in another dwelling unit, HUD shall provide assistance in finding such a unit for the family. Okay. Hold on, I lost my finger, slipped and moved. Okay, in a dissenting opinion, Judge Stuart Kyle Duncan said Weiner and Dennis had misread the regulation, and in doing so had created a regime under which Section 8 tenants can, for the first time, sue landlords to force them to issue relocation vouchers. This mistaken view will seriously disrupt the Section 8 program. Section 8 refers to HUD's voucher program, which is made possible by Section 8 of the United States Housing Act, a law authorizing the government to pay rental housing assistance to private landlords on behalf of low-income families. Okay, I don't give a damn what type of disruption it causes. It's causing disruption in a person's life if they live in a household and there's mold in there and children are getting sick. Again, all the issues that I can go into about where we are right now. Let me tell y'all that I'm not going to get into that because but let me tell y'all. Moving on, though, is direct democracy under attack in California. Let's see what this is talking about. The courts and the legislators should head off challenges to the I can't say that word, and initiative processes that would impede the will of voters. Okay, what are y'all talking about? It says sometimes it seems that nobody likes California's direct democracy except for voters, because there is no democracy. That's why. There is no such thing. In my mind, at least. I could be wrong. Some legislators seem to resent it. During the last legislative session and the fifth time since 2009, lawmakers approved a bill that would have prohibited proponents of an initiative or recall from paying petition circulators on a per signature basis. Had the governor signed the bill, it would have prohibitively raised the cost to qualify statewide ballot measures. Okay. Now the referendum power has come under fire from a different direction. A proposed constitutional amendment is awaiting action in the state Senate to change the historic burden of proof for passing a referendum, thereby constraining the ability of voters to reconsider a bill passed by the legislator. Okay, the frustration over the attempted recall of Governor Gavin Newsom, easily turned back by the governor, has elicited proposals by legislators to raise the bar on recalling elected officials. It's hardly surprising that politicians resent the people's exercise of legislative powers or intra-election accountability, but now a new line of attack on the initiative power has been mounted from an unusual venue. Okay. Yeah, of course. See, this is what I'm saying. The reality is they don't want us to have the freedom to say how we feel about the bull crap that's going on. They don't want us to. That's why I say, people got real sensitive when I said what I said in the previous video, where I basically mentioned that I feel like all politicians are the same, pretty much, for the most part. There is maybe one or two that just barely fall short of becoming the money hungry, greedy, self-preserving, I was about to say something, people that they are. But for the most part, and it doesn't matter, again, what their view is. It doesn't matter if they're Democratic. It doesn't matter if they're Republican. It doesn't matter if they're progressive, if they're moderate. I don't care. None of that matters to me. At the end of the day, I still feel like a lot of what's going on in the Capitol, in Washington, a lot of the decisions that they are making, doesn't have anything to do with what's actually going on in the world and the fact that people are suffering. None of that, including these damn mandates. None of that has anything to do with anything. They just made it so strict out here in LA where you basically can't even live. You can't go out on a date unless you get a shot. And you know what I'm saying? You can't do anything. You can't. I'm surprised that they haven't brought it down to the level of grocery stores and picking up your prescription. Okay, because some people at that point are going to have to rely on drive-through pickups for both their prescriptions and their basic grocery needs. I mean, how far are they willing to go? How much of our freedom of whatever, our freedom to live, our freedom to choose, are they actually going to take away from us? Again, this has nothing to do specifically with the vaccine. I don't care if you go and get it, if you don't get it. I'm just very pro-choice on anything, okay? It doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if it's broccoli and cauliflower. If I say I don't want it, I don't want it, okay? So that's what it is. But this article right here, and this is just an article, it's just he say, she say, you know what I'm saying? This is a person giving their opinion just like I'm giving mine. Everybody has one at the end of the day. But I still feel like a lot of the times these little bills and pieces of legislation and all of that type of stuff, that they make it seem like it's got to go through this whole horrific process. It's got to go through this part and it's got to go through this part. Then we got to come together and we got to vote on it, and you got to change your part and let's negotiate. Let me change this part, take that out. All of that nonsense that they're doing, making it seem like as if they're doing it for us, really has nothing to do with us. Nothing whatsoever. I mean, that's just how I feel. I don't feel like it has anything to do with us whatsoever, okay? It says this time the court created new rules that, if sustained, will inhibit voters from passing new statutes. First, the ruling made the odd distinction that voters may legislate when exercising powers that are inherent to the legislator, but cannot exercise a power the legislator is specifically granted by the state constitution. According to the ruling, voters may, like the legislator, use the initiative to enact, amend, or repeal any statute unless the law was enacted by the legislator under the specific direction of the Constitution. This unprecedented interpretation of the scope of the people's initiative power is as arbitrary as it is disturbing. And those are not even my words, okay? Moving on, let's talk about emergency SNAP benefits for the month of October, because good grief, really. And I know somebody gonna get upset. Someone did get upset. I mean, y'all so sensitive when it comes to stuff. I mean, good. You would think that these, are you related to these politicians? Do you know them? Have you shared a bed with them? Have they paid a bill for you? Like, I don't understand why you fighting for people so hard that's not fighting for anybody finna come down here and have a conversation on your behalf should you find yourself in a situation that you can't get out of. So why you fighting so hard for these people? I don't get it. I really don't get it. Well, it's a waste of time. I literally had someone in the comments say, what did she say? She said all politicians are not the same and you really need to do your reading, honey. And I basically told her, thanks for your advice, but I will pass. Okay, you don't know what I read. You don't know how often I read. You don't know what information and education that I have going on in my household, in my brain, for you to just assume based off of my opinion and my point of view that I have not read into things or I have not looked into things. Okay, I'm basically saying that all of them are self-preserving and you cannot change my mind about that. That's the reality of the situation. They're going to do whatever it is that they need to do to maintain their seats and their position in the Senate, in the House of Representatives, whatever the hell it is. That's just my personal opinion. There's nothing that you do. I don't give a damn how many books that you try to present to me. It's still going to be my opinion at the end of the day, and you don't have to like it. It is what it is. But moving on again, emergency SNAP maximum benefits, y'all. We are on the road today. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I told y'all the Wicked Witch of the West is here. Okay. She is causing me pain and grief right now. When she goes away, I'll be a little bit more calmer, okay, in my disposition. But right now, she fiery. All right. Moving on. October emergency SNAP maximum benefits, you guys. I'm going to run through this. I'm going to give you these payout dates. Okay, so pay attention. Alabama, we've got deposited October the 29th, available October the 30th. And I will put the names of the states on the screen for you guys just so that you can have that. You can look at it, because I know you guys always go to the comment section first and just start asking questions because you don't want to watch the whole video. But just in case you watched the video and you made it to this point, you should be able or should have already seen the names of the states that have been approved while I'm reading off this information. Okay, so Alabama deposited on the 29th, available October the 30th. Arizona, last names beginning with A through H, should have received them on October the 4th, and everybody else is with your regular issuance. California is going to be either November the 11th or November the 13th, depending on what type of case that you have. Colorado, it's October the 5th through the 10th. Connecticut is October the 14th, which was yesterday. And then every Friday until all of October apps are completed. Delaware, we have October the 27th. DC, we have regular issuance. I haven't seen any information for Florida because I know somebody's going to ask me. It is not on the USDA website. Georgia, October the 25th through the 28th. Hawaii, November the 15th. Illinois, October the 20th through the 28th. Indiana, October the 5th through the 23rd. Staggered, odd days only. Iowa, October the 1st through the 10th, regular issuance. Kansas, November the 15th through the 24th. Kentucky, October the 2nd through the 19th, regular issuance. Louisiana, October the 9th, 16th, 23rd, and the 30th. 4 days. Maine, October the 7th. Maryland, October the 1st through the 31st, all month long. Massachusetts, November the 2nd. Michigan, October the 23rd through November the 1st, and then they will have a catch-up during the end of the first week of November. Minnesota, November the 9th through the 11th, the 15th through the 18th, the 22nd through the 25th, and then the 29th and the 30th, okay? Mississippi, October the 2nd. No Missouri, no Montana, no Nebraska, no Nevada. If you guys have that information, just feel free to leave that down below in the comment section for everybody else. New Hampshire, October the 5th and the 19th, and then November the 5th and the 23rd. New Jersey, October the 1st through the 5th. New Mexico, all month long. New York City, October the 18th through the 22nd, and then the 25th through the 25th, and then the 25th through the 25th. What the hell? The 25th through the 29th, and then the rest of the state, October the 11th through the 14th, and then the 18th through the 21st, with the benefits available the very next day. Guam is October the 22nd. North Carolina, we have October the 22nd through the 31st. Ohio, October the 28th. Oklahoma, October the 10th through the 15th. Oregon, October the 11th and the 28th, and then November 1st. Pennsylvania, we've got so many dates here, so keep up with me, y'all. October the 15th, the 16th, the 19th, the 20th, the 21st, the 22nd, the 23rd, the 26th, the 27th, the 28th, and then December the 3rd. Rhode Island, October the 3rd. South Carolina, October the 1st through the 19th, and then new apps all month long. Tennessee, October the 1st through the 20th with regular issuance. By Texas, I still have by October the 31st, but it should have been between the 4th and the 8th. Okay, so if you didn't get it between the 4th and the 8th, by the 31st of this month, okay? Utah on the 31st of this month. Vermont, November the 12th. Virginia, October the 16th. Washington, regular issuance schedule. West Virginia, October the 6th, and the final run, November the 10th. Wisconsin, October the 16th, and then the final run, December the 11th. And then, as always, Wyoming, y'all should have gotten your benefits already between the 2nd and the 5th, based off of the first initial of your last name. And then new applications will be provided these benefits the first day after their case has been approved. That was a whole mouthful. My mouth is dry. Sorry, y'all. Gotta hydrate. All right. On that note, you guys, I hope this information was in some way helpful or useful to you guys. I know I did a lot of venting today, but it is what it is. Y'all know that's what I give y'all. I know y'all come here because y'all want to hear, you know what I'm saying? And I want to hear what y'all have to say too, respectfully. But anyways, if you like what I'm doing, you guys, do me a favor. Don't forget to smash that like button. It definitely helps to let YouTube know that you like what I'm doing and you want me to stick around. Also, don't forget to check out my merch shop. And as always, you guys, I'm going to say, remember to live, love, and elevate. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Peace, beautiful people.